am just so excited that last year in 2023, Giardini de Toscana came out with Celeste and Soradora came out with Mallow, because it's really bringing violet fragrances back to the forefront. It was something that was used about 100 years ago readily. And now with those two fragrances, it's giving me a little hope that there'll be more fragrances in the future that come out where violet is a predominant note. I love the note of violet. I am a person who loves the powdery purple florals. So I'm just so excited to share with you today the ones that I have in my collection. The way that I've organized this video is I'm going from the lightest wearing to the deepest wearing fragrance. So I'm going to start with one that I bought from an Italian website. I checked to see if it was in stock before filming and it wasn't. I also checked on Amazon, but it wasn't there either. And what I'm talking about here is Profumo Alla Violetta from Duchessa de Parma. And this is really that lipsticky violet with a little bit of iris in it and a slight bit of musk. It's perfect out of the shower. It's quite light wearing. It is a eau de parfum, but I would say it wears more like a eau de cologne. It is not sweet at all. It's really just powdery. The sweetness comes from the violet in the composition. And I got this for about 20 euros, so it really is a hidden gem. So if you find yourself in the EU or Italy, I go ahead and take a look for this at, various stores that carry perfume. Again, this is Profumo alla Violetta from Duchessa de Parma. Next up, I have Guerlain's Rose Cherie. And this fragrance has rose, heliotrope, violet, and tonka beans in it. It's a beautiful bright rose with a little bit of an almond touch and then the sweet powderiness of the violet. This is a gorgeous fragrance to wear in almost any occasion. There's something very ethereal and I would say sophisticated about this scent. I tend to get about 5 to 6 hours out of it with a moderate projection. Again, this is Rose Cherie by Guerlain. Next, we have Vivacious by Hiram Green. This is a beautiful composition with violet, orris, carnation, and a little bit of amber in the base. It is absolutely beautiful. To me, this is a girl fragrance. You're not gonna smell anybody else that smells like this. I think it's an incredibly chic scent. It's compared on Fragrantica to fragrances from Guerlain that are 80, 90, 100 years old. I don't find this to be a vintage scent. Maybe, for spray for the first few minutes, but when it settles, it has that beautiful powdery sweet iris and then that slight spiciness from the carnation and then just a little bit of butteriness from the orris and then amber in the base just to round it out. I get 6 to 8 hours with this with medium projection. Again, this is Vivacious by Hiram Green. Next, I have Guilty Intense Parfum by Gucci. This is a gorgeous scent. The main notes here for me are plum, lychee, and violet. This is absolutely gorgeous. Has a moderate projection and moderate sillage. The plum adds a little bit of sweetness. Of course, the violet has a little bit of powderiness to it. This is really such a beautiful fragrance that you can find at the designer price point. Again, this is Guilty Intense Parfum by Gucci. Next, we have an oldie but a goodie. This is Ultraviolet by Paco Rabanne. You can get this at a very good price, about $40 or so. To me, there's a million notes like old school perfumery, but to me, this is osmanthus and violet, really equally footed here in this composition. And the osmanthus in this composition really is in between the apricot-like facets of it as well as the suede facets of it. Might lean a little bit more fruity than suede-like. And then the violet lends this beautiful sweetness and powderiness. I get a moderate to strong sillage with this, and it tends to last 8 to 10 hours. Again, this is Ultraviolet by Paco Rabanne. Next, this is what started my love of violet fragrances. This is Guerlain's Insolence EDP. This is a beautiful violet fragrance. So the notes here are violet, orris, and red berries. It is absolutely gorgeous. Now, the longevity on this is about 8 to 10 hours with a strong projection. I've tried the EDT before, but it just really didn't cut the mustard for me. I just love the EDP more. So again, this is Guerlain's Insolence EDP. Next up, we have BDK Parfums Vanille Leather. Here we have some white florals like tuberose, jasmine, and orange blossom. And then we have violet and vanilla and a little bit of leather in the base. This is such a sophisticated it girl fragrance, if you ask me. It lasts 8 to 10 hours with a strong projection, beautiful sillage. This is just absolutely a hidden gem. I don't hear enough people talking about this. If you're a vanilla lover and you like violet, you definitely have to give this a try. This is Vanille Leather by BDK Parfum. Next we have Mancera's Coco Violette. This is a fragrance that I absolutely love. I would consider this to be a gourmand. It has the notes of hazelnut, chocolate, vanilla, and violet. The week that I got this fragrance, it was the height of winter, and I found myself wearing it 4 times in 1 week. So if you love the idea of hazelnut and chocolate and violet and vanilla, please give this a try. It is magical. It is such a beautiful gourmand. Mancera's Coco Vanille. Last but not least, we have Giardini de Toscana's Celeste. Now, this is a new release, and I think this is going to get people into violet, much like Mallow from Soradora. To me, this is incredibly similar to Bianco Latte, but just add a little violet. The opening might be a little sharp with the lime in it, but it settles down very quickly on the skin. The sillage on this and the longevity are eternal. It's going to last 10 to 12 hours with a very strong projection. When I wear this, I honestly feel so ethereal, so fairy-like, so feminine, so beautiful. Again, this is Giardini de Toscana's Celeste. Thank you for joining me today. I really enjoyed discussing my favorite violet fragrances with you. Please leave a comment below and tell me what your favorite violet fragrance is. I'm very curious to find out. Please give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to continue to see more content like this. I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.